Now the tab setters. So by default find some tab setting over here, and if you need to release all the tab setting and need to new tab setter, then you can use this. Often like bill bookmaking and all things require the tab setter. So by default it come up with a few tabs. So here you can control the tab settings. So remove all the tabs by a single command, remove all. Now wherever you want you can add up by the location over here. So like at 10 mm we need a tab, then after like if 60 mm we need more tab, and the next at 100 we need next tab. So this you can modify it up also. So now we got to know how to add the tab setter. Now, which type of tab setting should be? So it is left, you can switch to the center or decimal. So we got to know like tab setter is again of more types, decimal, left, right. So whichever the tab setting you want, you can have to assign it over here. Go for OK. Now the job is done. So type, go for tab and find the information, and inside the decimal tab setter, till the time you are making the numerical value to go for before decimal, it go to the left side. The time you set the decimal and you are writing something, it go to the right side. This is the changes in between your tab setting. So decimal tab allow the text to recognize the decimal button you are hitting, and before the decimal hit it go to the left side, and after the decimal it go to the right side. So we got to know now how to clear the tabs, how to generate the tabs, how to change the tab setter and get the type up. Now the next. फिर से क्वेश्चन, हाँ अगर डेसिमल नहीं लोगे तो सारे टेक्स्ट यहाँ पे कहाँ लेफ्ट साइड ही जाता है. सो लेट्स टेक दिस इज लेफ्ट साइड. इवन यू आर पुटिंग decimal also, it go on hitting to the right side of the thing only. It doesn't go to the left side. So alignment problem will be there. Is it okay? So all the bill book and all things required, the decimal tab should be there on the like numerical value. So this could be done here. Select the text box and switch to this. Get the drop down box and switch to the decimal and go for OK. So it recognize the decimal and make the text to be arranged. Right. Now the next, inside the tab setter there is a special button called leader. Now the next technical term, leader. What is leader? The design in between two tabs is called leader. The design in between two tabs is called leader. So by default it is off. Yes, you can have to get it on and find the design in between two tabs. So you got to know a technical term, leader. Now if it is leader, then which type of leader you want, you can have to assign over here. You need dots, or in plus sign, or in minus sign, or in stars. So you can customize the leader also. Go for OK and OK. So we have understood now what is called leader. Tab setting, leader. And tab are of 3 types, 4 types. What are those? Left, right, center and decimal. And a special option you got to know, leader. Leader is nothing but the design between two tabs. It's called leader. And leader could be customized inside the tab setting button. And you can assign your own design, like own alphabet, inside the leader. So got to know two technical terms, leader and drop cap and bullet. Bullet, drop cap, leadering. Tab setting. Now the same text tab setter could be done on the text box. So here also you do find all these options. Whatever you have done there, you can try out here also. Even the tab setting is here, columns, bullet inserting, drop cap. So there is much of things are there. Now the next, how to break a text into next modification. Okay, before to that, let us see the text box with the frame options. So frame option decide you to place the color of your text box on the backdrop, which color you want about the text, that could be assigned, and the front text color will be decided by the character palette, which of one you want and which color you want. But the backdrop color is decided by the frame. So we have understood now what is text box and how to control the text box frames and all. Now inside the text box again there are two controllers. So let's start. I can split the text into number of columns. Now the next thing, text frame controls the column. Frame controls column. It allows the artist to make the text box to split into number of columns you want. And it happens inside the frame. How to split the text into number of columns. How to split the text box into number of columns. It may 2 or it may be 3. Now the next. Once you switch to the columns, then the extra option over here. There is a special button called gutter. Now again a technical terms, gutter. The space between two columns is technically called as gutter. The space between two columns technically called as gutter. You can increase it or else you can decrease it. What is the technical term? Gutter. Okay. So frame makes the columns and column creates the spacing and the technical term gutter. Now can able to control the gutter inside the frame box, and here the options where you can able to control the columns, and you can switch to the justification here like center, right. Automatically adjust. There is a special button called equal gaps. So if you are making the column to more than 3, then this is a special option come up, equal column width, or else we can define individual gutter with individual spacing. So some could be more and some could be less. This is possible. So we understood now how to increase the gutter individual gutter into individual spacing, or else you can switch to a single options, equal column width. Now you can find here more space, here less space, and it happens because of your unequal options over here. Switch to the equal option column, then get equal gap, and it is possible. हाँ, अगर आपको कस्टमाइज चाहिए तो कस्टमाइज कर सकते हो. इसको ऑफ करने से कस्टमाइज स्पेसिंग आ जाता है. And then so this much of options are there in your text box. Now this is basic property. Then how to switch to the advanced one to do the modification. Text helps you out to make logo designing and all things. Then how to break the text into the higher modifications.